Everyone is unique. It's a paradox and it's a cliche, but that doesn't lessen the truth. You are unique. There are over 7 billion people on the planet, and not one of them is exactly the same as you. Yes, our eyes are distinctive, and we all have completely original fingerprints, and we all come in different shapes and sizes. But I'm talking about you, about what is inside you. Our passions, our interests, the desires of our heart. That's what makes humans so diverse, and that's what makes you, you. What makes you angry? What injustice is it that makes you sick? Slavery, world hunger, violence, hate. What is it that you want to see changed? And what brings you joy? What do you love doing more than anything else in the world? Making people laugh, creating music, caring for children. Maybe the thing that moves you at your very core is actually the reason that you're here. Maybe your purpose is to see injustice broken, to see people free, to see the hungry fed, to see the victims of violence restored, to see the hatred that crushes people torn down. Or maybe your destiny has something to do with making people happy who never thought they'd laugh again. Maybe it's to create powerful music that touches people. Or maybe your calling is to influence the next generation. Whatever your calling is, it matters, and what you do with it matters. People who fulfill their destiny make history. Imagine if they hadn't. What if Martin Luther King hadn't demanded equality when he was faced with the injustice of racism? What if Winston Churchill hadn't fought for what he knew was right? What if he had surrendered? Or had thought that someone else more qualified would take on the responsibility of defending his nation? And these were just ordinary men, flesh and blood, who had a complaint and decided to step out, to bring into actuality the extraordinary calling on their lives. Our world is shaped by people who realize that there is a point to life. Imagine if we were all like that. Imagine if we all ran into the destiny that we were called to. Not all of us are going to fight for civil rights or defend against a foreign invasion, but just imagine if we all did what we were put on this earth to do. Would people go without clothing or a place to live? Would children be without an education or a family? Would war or famine exist? If we all accomplished everything we were put on this earth to do, then what would our world look like? And up against these baffling problems, you might feel that all you could do would only be a drop in the ocean. But Mother Teresa, who followed her calling to help others, said, "We ourselves feel that what we are doing is just a drop in the ocean, but the ocean would be less because of that missing drop." I don't want to be that missing drop. No matter who you are or where you're from, you have unique calling, purpose, and destiny upon your life. And maybe if you set out to find that purpose, everything would change. Martin Luther King said, "We are tied together in this single garment of destiny, caught in an inescapable network of mutuality. And whatever affects one directly, affects all indirectly." For some strange reason, I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be. This is the way God's universe is made. This is the way it is structured. Maybe we are all part of an ultimate design, which would mean there is an ultimate designer. Maybe the only way you will really understand why you're here is by knowing the one who put you here in the first place. And maybe the only way you will understand your calling is by knowing the one who is calling you.